it was, as was said, 4%. According to the statements by this council on Monday, the purpose of the change was for a lower turnout, maybe greater turnout. But that did not happen. In May of 2013, in the mayor/council race, there was 40,000 plus votes. There is no direct numbers to vote in New Jersey City since this was a county number, a county election. But the county executive race last week had similar numbers. The county executive got approximately 40,000 people, or 40,000 votes from 40,000 people. The county executive race includes 12 towns with a population of 670 people. Jersey City is 38% of the county's population. So our 40,000 votes in May was impressive. The only number that's available on who voted was the vote on the question, which had less than 10,000 votes. Since half said no, you are proposing to change an election for 250,000 people based on 4%, which is ridiculous. Even the standard for recall is higher at 25%. Jersey City has had special elections in the past, which took place in November, and as usual, these special elections always favor the lucky candidate who was placed close to the Democratic line, or the Democratic column. In 1992, a line was drawn under the ballot from the Democratic line to the person underneath who did not campaign and received 3,000 more votes than other candidates. You do not place a non-partisan election with a partisan election and expect results like this will not happen. When I was a child, the Democrat always had column A, and you could always hear the crowd shout, vote row A, all the way. While Democrats today do not have exclusive use of column A, the mindset is still there. People will go straight down the line and will hit that nonpartisan election. I also want to say something else. Every voter is an adult. They don't need mothers or fathers to tell them what to do. It is not your place to tell voters that we're going to move the election so we'll have a greater turnout. That's not your job. Maybe they don't want to vote. Maybe they don't like who is running for office. What you do is impose your will on them. I also think that the voters in Ward A and F who vote no will be very upset if the people who represent them vote yes. Because that means you're representing the mayor and you're not representing the people who voted for you. You are the representative. I also want to say this is absolutely wrong to have this vote during the week of Thanksgiving when many people travel out of town and they tend to leave around Monday or Tuesday that week to avoid travel. So people that I know who come here travel that week. So now you have the first meeting on a Tuesday, and as Balcer said, people's mindset is always one thing, even though it was advertised. Now you're going to have the passage of this vote on another Tuesday, the week of Thanksgiving. I call this devious. Sorry, it's devious. It is wrong. It's just like it is devious when the man is down saying that we're going to now put the budget on about having no workers. He didn't have the courage or the guts to do what Dawn Zimmer did. Thank you.
Hi, good evening. My name is Camacho, Camacho.
our respect